What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new and very interesting Liverpool news story where we will talk about Xabi Alonso. That's why I'm wearing the Spanish World Cup winning football jersey, because Xabi Alonso of course is Spanish and he is a Liverpool legend in my opinion. He won the Champions League with Liverpool in his first season, and the biggest story today is that Fabrizio Romano said that there is an agreement with the Leverkusen board and Xabi Alonso that if Liverpool, Real Madrid or Bayern Munich come in for Xabi Alonso, then Leverkusen will let him go. Those are the only three clubs that the Leverkusen board would accept taking Xabi Alonso from the Leverkusen job, and Xabi Alonso is doing an absolutely wonderful job in the Leverkusen managerial seat. He took over when Leverkusen was in the relegation zone or just above the relegation zone last season. They made Europe, they got to the semi-finals I think of the Europa League as well, and this season they are Bayern Munich's biggest and probably only real title challengers, and they are actually first in the Bundesliga. Let me know, how would you feel if Xabi Alonso were to replace Jurgen Klopp after Jurgen Klopp's contract is up, which right now is 2026, so another 2 seasons after this season. Would you be happy if Xabi Alonso was the manager to take over Jurgen Klopp, even though I want Jurgen Klopp to stay at Liverpool for many years? At the moment, journalist Ben Jacobs is reporting that Xabi Alonso is turning heads at Liverpool off the back of a remarkable 13 months at Bayer Leverkusen when they were 17th, so they were pretty much almost bottom. Bundesliga have 18 teams, they were 17th when Xabi Alonso took over. If you told any Leverkusen fan at that time that 1 year from that moment they will be top of the Bundesliga, well clear of the top 4, I mean they will most certainly qualify for the Champions League, and they actually have a very realistic chance of winning the Bundesliga with Bayern Munich. Jurgen Klopp's contract runs out in 2026, and only an unfathomable turn of events would see him depart before 2026. But that hasn't quietened the speculation linking Xabi Alonso with the Liverpool job. And in his daily briefing, Fabrizio Romano explained that the 42-year-old Xabi Alonso doesn't have a formal release clause in a deal with Leverkusen, but rather a gentleman's agreement with the Liverpool board that if any of his former 3 clubs, Liverpool, Bayern Munich or Real Madrid, they can hire Xabi Alonso at a reduced rate, so they don't have to pay a huge compensation fee to Bayer Leverkusen if they want to buy out Xabi Alonso from his Leverkusen contract. This is what Fabrizio Romano said. Please help me continue making these videos by supporting me. You can subscribe to my Patreon if you are a fan of Career Mode. You will absolutely love my Patreon. There are so many brilliant, great content and additional benefits if you subscribe there and join any of the tiers, or you can make a one-time donation. Just push the thanks button below the video. It takes 2 minutes and it helps me out and means so much to me. Thank you so much. Xabi Alonso is a fantastic manager, and it's no surprise to see links with other clubs now. Though I'm told there is no proper release clause in his contract, there is nothing official for other clubs to trigger. So no official release clause. It's just a gentleman's agreement between Xabi Alonso and the Leverkusen board. But Xabi Alonso is a man of integrity, he's a man of honesty. So a gentleman's agreement is as good as a written contract. In the case of Xabi Alonso, Alonso was on the list of some clubs this summer, but Leverkusen insisted that he was staying and they would let him go only to a top club in the future. I mean, any of Liverpool, Bayern or Real Madrid come calling, I think Xabi Alonso would say yes, but not until he finishes this season with Leverkusen. And I mean, if I was Xabi Alonso, I would go to Bayern Munich maybe for a few years if they sack Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel is not doing as well as he wanted to when he was appointed Bayern Munich manager, but they are still near the top and they are cruising in the Champions League. So who knows, Bayern could still win some trophies this season, but they are already out of the German Cup, and that's they take that very seriously at Bayern. So already under Thomas Tuchel the bench is shaking, if you like. Let me know guys, if Jurgen Klopp leaves in 2026, God forbid, I hope he doesn't, I hope he stays for another 5 years at Liverpool, But if he leaves, let's say if he leaves, will you take Xabi Alonso? I certainly would. The kind of football that Leverkusen play is absolutely a joy to watch, alongside maybe Tottenham and I'm not sure, Man City, Liverpool. No, I wouldn't say Man City. I think outside of Liverpool and Tottenham in the Premier League, only Leverkusen play the exciting brand of football that you would love to watch. So if you can, just tune into any Leverkusen game or watch the highlights. The football that Xabi Alonso plays with Leverkusen is absolutely brilliant. Alonso will be the one with the final decision, Fabrizio Romano said, and he will make that decision next summer. There is no normal release clause, so it's about convincing Alonso rather than paying a formal release clause to Leverkusen. And I mean, it wouldn't be the worst case scenario for Xabi Alonso to go to Bayern Munich or Real Madrid, manage there for a few years, and then when there is an opening at Liverpool, I'm sure, unless there is a serious project and Xabi Alonso is in the middle of it and he's already signed a long-term contract at either Bayern or Real Madrid, then I think Liverpool have a really good chance of replacing Jurgen Klopp with a brilliant manager, and he's very young as well. So Xabi Alonso will only get better with time, with experience, but he already worked under some of the best coaches, some of the best managers in the world. He worked under Jose Mourinho, Vicente del Bosque at Spain, and he also worked under Pep Guardiola at Bayern Munich, if I remember correctly. He also worked under Rafa Benitez at Liverpool. So he worked under tremendous world-class managers, so he could learn a lot from each one of them. And he, of course, has his own style of play, his own tactical style, but I think this only bodes well for him in the future, that he learned under the best managers and he could learn so much from them. So guys, if you enjoy these types of videos, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and whoever eventually takes over Jurgen Klopp would have an almost impossible job. But if it's a Liverpool legend like Xabi Alonso, he would get a lot more time and a lot more patience than some other managers, and he would also get a lot more leeway from the Liverpool fan base. And given his excellent form as a manager and his genius as a former Liverpool player, I think Xabi Alonso would be an ideal candidate, and a much better candidate than Steven Gerrard, who absolutely failed at Aston Villa after a pretty good stint at Rangers. But it shows that in the Scottish League you can't really judge a manager. I mean, Brendan Rodgers won like, I don't know, 9 trophies in a row or something crazy like that with Celtic, and then he went to Leicester and Leicester got relegated with Brendan Rodgers. Even though I rate Brendan Rodgers, I think he's a good manager, just not great, just not on the Liverpool level. Steven Gerrard is not on the Liverpool level either, and I don't mind it, you know. Not everyone can become a top manager, especially if you are a top player or used to be a top player. There are a very, very few managers who used to be top players and now they are great managers. I mean, Carlo Ancelotti is the only one right now who is active, who I can think of, and he was a brilliant player. He won the Champions League with AC Milan, and then he won the Champions League as a manager with AC Milan and with Real Madrid, and he's a top manager. But Pep Guardiola, yes, he was a really good player, maybe not as world-class a player as Carlo Ancelotti. Jurgen Klopp was a very average player, Bundesliga 2 player, Bundesliga 2nd division player, as he himself said many times, yet he's one of the best managers in the world. Jose Mourinho, I still rate him as one of the best managers in the world, maybe over his whole career. He wasn't a top player either. Marcello Lippi comes to mind, even though I think he is retired. He was a top player and became a top manager, but there are not too many. So if Xabi Alonso could become a top manager, he's on his way there, then he would join a select few special club of being a top player, and he won everything as a player. Xabi Alonso, imagine if he does that as a manager as well, then he will be one of the all-time greats. And I'm really rooting for him, because not only is he a brilliant guy, a top player, he's a really classy, honest guy as well. And he loves Liverpool, which is a massive bonus in my eyes. Also, good news, Trent Alexander-Arnold will face no punishment for his shushing celebration in the Man City-Liverpool game, and rightfully so. It was absolutely ridiculous, the news that the FA was investigating Trent Alexander-Arnold's celebration. I mean, there were hundreds of players before Trent who shushed the crowd after scoring a big and brilliant goal. So it was absolute nonsense that Trent Alexander-Arnold would get punished for that. And Jamie Carragher had an interesting suggestion, an interesting recommendation, Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool. Jamie Carragher said after the Man City game, Liverpool should sign a top quality right back so Trent Alexander-Arnold can move into midfield. What do you think about that? What do you think about that suggestion? Let me know in the comments below. I think that would cost a lot of money, because to get a right back who is almost as good as Trent would cost like 60, 70, 80 million pounds, and Liverpool need to spend on a defensive midfielder and a new centre back in the near future. So getting a right back for big money would of course hinder our chances of getting a real top quality centre back and defensive midfielder. But Carragher has encouraged Liverpool to acquire a right back who could play in the big games, and this would allow Trent to push into midfield. Liverpool haven't got a backup for Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it's difficult to get quality to sign to sit on the substitute bench. I would love Liverpool to acquire a right back who could play in the big games, push Trent into midfield. That could be the development for Liverpool, to play him in midfield, Carragher said. Liverpool haven't had a player who can score from that range since Steven Gerrard. One of that you think has got a chance from 20-25 yards. I think Szoboszlai is another player, but because he has so many defensive responsibilities and he's so unselfish, he doesn't shoot as often as I would like him to shoot in a Liverpool shirt, but hopefully that will change with time, and with also a brilliant defensive midfielder behind him. Virgil van Dijk said that Trent has the complete package after the Man City-Liverpool game. I think everyone this season as a defender, one-on-one against Doku, will have a tough afternoon. Doku is a very good dribbler. He's incredibly fast and skillful, but I don't think Trent had a tough afternoon on the whole. It's how you defend them together and try to get 2 against 1 in situations, and in the end I'm pleased for him that he got the equalizer. He offers a lot defensively, and obviously in possession he has qualities that are very special, and he shows that as well. So Trent has the complete package, Van Dijk said. He has to keep doing what he's doing, keep improving, keep that high standard he has set for himself, and we all have for him as well. And I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season, because I think Liverpool are improving game by game as the new midfield is gelling together, and as of course the young players like Darwin Núñez are improving during the season as well. And I'm really looking forward to the Thursday game in the Europa League, because if we beat LASK at Anfield, we qualify to the knockout stages, and then we can rest some players in the last group stage game. We will rotate the team surely, and we play Fulham and Sheffield United next in the Premier League. We absolutely have to win these kind of games, because after that I think we play Man United and Arsenal very soon in December. Those will be absolute blockbuster fixtures around Christmas, which I'm really looking forward to. And there is still no clear update on whether Alisson is really injured or whether he just tweaked his hamstring and he could be back for the weekend. I think Kelleher will start the Liverpool last game anyway. He would have started that even if Alisson wasn't injured, and then we will assess and see whether Alisson can be fit for the Fulham game. But I haven't read an update that has said definitively what is the injury situation with Alisson. If you know anything, let me know in the comments below. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the Champions League games, and I will be back with the Liverpool career mode tomorrow, so expect a new episode tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.